This is the ASEC Sashlock. It's ranked purple. Using a shorter pick wire, I just flipped it around in my holder. Got the short end on this side and long on that. And unfortunately, the tensioner I made for the Fortress is just ever so slightly larger gauge. So it won't fit in this one. I could try to take this down, but I just used one of the ASEC keys. Of course, then when I was trying to cut this part, the bitting, I broke it off. So I ended up drilling a hole, tapping it, using a 3mm bolt, cut that off. So a bunch of the advantages of using the key are now gone, as opposed to like a bent nail or something. So, but whatever. But I can use this in both of them. So if I had started with this, it would have been a lot less work. These levers are pretty heavily tapered. So you'll feel it'll be sticky. Like it'll bind for just a moment and then it'll let go as it gets to the wider part. And just like with tapered pins, just gotta keep moving from element to element, giving them little taps. lever one is finally done. I need a tap at the end, but there we go. Third lever was in a notch. I had to get it out, which is counter rotation. At least I think that's what it was. Yeah, I'm glad I finally started picking these, because I've been collecting them for a little while and actually have a halfway decent number of them. It's good to finally get started on them. They are fun. I really like them. I thought I would. It's like dimples. Dimples are cool. I don't necessarily like them any better than standard pin tumblers. But I mean, I definitely, that's the Grand V. Decided to take a break. But yeah, I like levers a lot. Just from these two. All right. Don't really have a clean space for. I'll just do a couple. So, lever with spacer. I'll just do a. That's it. And the lever number, yeah, that's 4. That's the lever bitting. Two. Another 4. Three. And then a 7, a high boy. Yeah, so having the clear cover on this isn't as interesting as with the Fortress, but it was still helpful. Oh yeah. Inside cover does have a bit of a spacer, like the strong bolt, but I didn't cut an extra piece for that one. It doesn't seem to separate as much as the Fortress does, so the pick wire doesn't slip up between them like it did with this one, but when I didn't have the clear spacer in there. All right. Where's light bust? Oh, yeah. It still does. Still should have some. Yeah. The that's right. It's the tensioner will ride up and pop over. So where did I put? my small rig. There. So I just use the small rig, and that's got the post right there, so that'll help prevent over tension. But let's see, I'll still make sure everything falls fine. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, and I can tension the bolt without it riding over the bolt. And you see, it's like I didn't feel any real binding on those. They're staying up just a little bit. And then this one, I'm actually feeling it stick there, and then pretty free up here. Nothing on those. Don't really feel anything on these, although they are still staying up. And you can see on these two, don't want to give it any extra momentum, especially like letting it drop. If it falls off your wire, you'll lose progress on them. But the main one really is this first one. That kind of disturbs the stack anyway. So my main concentration was doing always the first one, kind of do the back ones, do the first one, do the back ones, just keep, and then like that, the third one there, that stuck for a second, so actually got something out of it. Didn't follow my own advice on that one. Got a little too fast and jumpy. Yeah, come back to these, and they're a little sticky. I was doing both of them that time. There we go. And yeah, looking on the window here, can you see it from that angle? Not really. Let's see. Yeah, you can now. So, as we're seeing it come up, that's starting to overset. So we're pretty much done on two. There. And one has to get over the notch. Without too many of them set, it's not going to be in the notch too hard. So it was pretty easy to get it out. But now this is where having the pick wire just slightly too short, it's pretty easy to go too far. So when I get to there, I don't want to keep rotating, because that's what I did when I got stuck. Oops. Yeah, that was oversetting too. Shouldn't have done that. It was just kind of my head went elsewhere for a moment. All right, so I can feel, that really feels like it's, you know, true gate. And you can, let's see, I'll show, yeah, you can see it in the window there. Same with that one. So sticking them. So I think we got 1 and 3 to do yet. That's it. Okay, so now it's biting a little bit harder. It fell back down, and with 2, 4, and 5 set, it can get into there a little harder. So luckily, it still comes out pretty easy. But and is it 2? Yeah, 2 fell. Oh, that was 3. Yeah. Stay. All right. That's 3. Oh, 3 staying put. Good. Five set. 4 set. I dropped. I fell off the wire on 3, and that the sudden jolt. So I think that's what I did. Made another one fall, but all right. So had to nudge. Oh, needed even more of a nudge. All right. 2 is really binding kind of hard there. I think 1. Yep. I think this is the last one. I'm having to let off tension because there's a fair bit of counter rotation there. Getting out of that notch. That's the one I mentioned when I opened it with the metal cover on. So this should pop and we'd be open. Oh no. No, so I guess I didn't fall off the wire. It was just there's enough counter rotation that it caused others to drop. I guess I got lucky with it. Oh, it could be the difference of the metal cover versus the plastic. Tighten this just a little bit. Yeah, they're still free moving. But it might help them stay put a little more. That one fell off the wire, or the wire. I wasn't completely on lever 2. It slipped off. I gotta really pay attention to my placement. I'm getting sloppy because I've got the clear cover on, so that's not the best. All right. Oh, I did it again. Take a little more. Come on. Yeah, don't know what's going on here. All right, finally. Can't see it, but I'm pretty sure 3 is in that notch. All right, 1 is going to stay up. All right, probably just need little nudges now. Find out which one it is. There. Yeah. Tapers. You can see the angle. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching.